Let's keep it real, ladies and gentlemen. Folks are just getting tired, plain and simple. Black people, white people are getting tired, but specifically since they want to focus on the ones who are responsible for most of the crime that's going on there, that is being reported by folks that look just like them. How about you let them speak? How are you doing, my American and fellow brothers and sisters? Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, The Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Follow me up here. Call me now. No, follow me down here. Some of y'all not gonna get that. Don't forget to click this because it really does help me. If and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification that will bring down a Dropbox for you to select all notifications. Do not forget to check out the other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father, and everything I ask you to do over here, do over there. If you see something that says hype, buy the thumbs up button or subscribe button or something like that. If you want to hype this particular video up, click it. But if, I don't know, don't hype this one up, y'all. Just don't hype this one up because this one pisses people off. They don't want this to get out that bad. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that President Trump is trying to send or getting ready to send. He's like, we're doing it anyway. We're doing it anyway. We're going to send them there anyway. I don't care. It's my job to protect the American people, and the American people is going to protect Chicago. It's a hellhole. It's a hellhole. No, that's what he said. No, but seriously, here's the thing, though. You do get some pushback from the black community, whatever like that, because, guys, let's keep it real. Almost every place, major cities, whether they're on a large scale like Chicago or not, they have their areas where there's just bad things going on, right? But the thing is this. When it's bad to where things is making its way downtown and they have these things like these teen takeovers, they don't have enough manpower. There are certain people that I know that live in Chicago. A lot of my family, a ton of my family live in Chicago, but also know that they got some people there that are cops who report back to me like it's not as bad. I had some cops tell me it's not as bad as that. It's just bad, but it's not like they're making it there where we need this. I'm like, well, why wouldn't you want that? Some of the police officers have spoken out and said it's not as bad as they're making it to be. We have the manpower to do X, Y, and Z. Well, if y'all had the manpower to do what y'all are doing, which is what a lot of cops saying, I'm not hating on them at all, because some of them talk to me personally. They don't want to go online or anything like that. They've called me personally, and I've talked with them, and they said, we get what you're doing. They actually agree with what I'm doing, but they said, but the way they're coming in, they don't need the help as in what President Trump is trying to do, right? So I said, you guys saying that y'all have it taken care of with the manpower in regards to taking care of crime, right? The police officer said yes. I said, what are y'all doing for the illegal aliens that's there that are criminals? Is this in y'all's protocol or y'all agenda to go after illegal aliens? He said no. I said, there you have it. ICE is being sent there to go after illegal aliens who have violent crime history and all that, right? But just so happened, if any of you little hooligans, little hoodlums want to be out there doing some stuff, you're going to be met with some people that's very efficient with doing their job. But anyway, nevertheless, folks, you got people from Chicago who has something to say about this. Check it out.
So how has the city's safety changed over the years?
From bad to worse. It's just getting worse and worse every day. Every day, you know, the local media, sometimes they report the crime for one day and that's it. So it's just gone from bad to worse to disastrous.
No one really feels safe. It's impossible to feel safe in a city like this, especially with the leadership we have.
Do you feel safe in the city?
No, I don't feel safe at all in the age I'm in right now. And I got 3 girls. I'm really more concerned about them raw offhand.
Actually, it wasn't really as bad as it is today. When I was growing up back in the early 2000s, yeah, it was bad, but the kids nowadays, they're just wreaking havoc in all of the neighborhoods. We didn't play with guns and we didn't listen to drill rap music like at this very young age. Like these kids are carrying guns like around the ages of 8 years old, and they're killing other 8-year-old kids with guns. It's insane to me.
My opinion, not enough police officers. The police officers' hands are tied. Former state's attorney was terrible, which was a big problem. So now we have I do believe it's getting a little bit under control. We have a new superintendent who's doing an awesome job, and we have a new state's attorney who I think is doing an awesome job. To me, I do believe it's going down slightly, the serious crimes like murders, but you still see people getting beat up on the street and mobbed and carjackings and petty things like catalytic converters and break-ins and so on.
South Side, I mean, it's been rough, so you see a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I remember being in the Family Dollar store that got robbed. You know, they kick in the door, they say, everybody get down, people are screaming. And I was only 12 years old, you know? And this kind of stuff, it happens all the time, but a lot of people who don't live in these areas, they don't get to see it.
The police are worried about one thing, a lawsuit. Everything that the police will do their job, they are fear of facing a lawsuit every time there's an arrest made. So they, okay, they trying to talk to them, but they're not listening. And some of them do provoke the police to either hit them or shoot them. So there's a lawsuit coming in. So you got these Al Sharptons and Benjamin Crump, and then you got the Roland Martin. You got all these activists who over talking about defund the police, how racist the police are. But here's a news flash. We need these police in our neighborhood. We need the police to protect us and our kids.
It's best to get your opinion from people like myself who live in these areas and not politicians who are safe behind all their security, right? They say anti-cop things, but they have police protection. So I think we got to get serious about this stuff.
I could tell you, since I came on the job as an alderman, I know the force is down well over 2,000, might be closer to 3,000. Back in the day, in the 80s and the 90s, when they have a police test, you'd have 40, 50,000 people sign up for the job. And the list would last for, 6, 7, 8 years, and then they have another test. And if guys didn't make it that time, they would try again to take the test, and so on and so forth. Now, as recent as 2019, under Mayor Emanuel, he had an entrance exam test in January of 2019. Only 4,000 people signed up for it, and only 2,000 took the test. So he had another sign up and test in December of 2019. So that's basically unheard of. I mean, now it's just a rolling, running sign up. You sign up at any time, and then you take a test, and they pull you off that list. So you can't get people that want this job.
The morale is down. They're working overtime. They're like, why am I working here? I could go ahead and retire, and go somewhere else. So the police is really unappreciated raw hand under Brandon Johnson, Lori Lightfoot, J.B. Pritzker. Those three are the reason why nobody want to be a police.
In Chicago? Absolutely not, man. No way. Now, in certain parts of Chicago, yes, but that's not where I live. Those aren't the areas that I go. But even now, you have downtown. This place used to be beautiful back in the day. The tourist money we used to bring in when it comes to downtown, the attraction that we used to bring in, all of that is now gone because of these progressive mayors like Lori Lightfoot and Brandon Johnson. Their policies when it comes to crime is not working at all.
I think the biggest piece of the pie has to be more police officers, more protection. That's what the people want. More visibility.
I have a sister who was shot in the leg coming from work. A lot of people don't know what that's like to have your phone, you know what I'm saying? And they say, somebody, so-and-so was shot, but this is a median family. And they don't know that feeling of like, you lose your breath, you don't know how to breathe, and you drop your phone, and you kind of like, is this real?
See what I'm saying? Let the people of Chicago speak. I wish that they can take some of these news people and let them know we're going to give y'all some protection. We're going to give y'all, some security detail. We want y'all to go into the hoods where a lot of this stuff happening and talk to the people and ask them what is it that they want. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because the truth is going to come out. Brandon Johnson has given more money and resources to these illegal aliens, to these asylum seekers, than he have to people that are actually, I told y'all, when you go there, I don't know how many times you pull up on the side of the freeway and you got these kids out there who are trying to sell you candy straws and they just handing out roses and things like that. And they got packs of Skittles and M&Ms and all that, trying to help get them some shoes for whatever basketball team they're on, or even try to make it to some day. It's a lot of that stuff going on, but resources are being allocated to the illegal aliens. Yeah. And Brandon Johnson, we need money for housing. We need money to get these young kids some jobs. We need money to help our police. No. You need more manpower.
First group of federal agents from out of state have arrived at a suburban Chicago Naval Station as part of President Trump's crime crackdown. They will be stationed more than an hour from downtown Chicago and more than 90 minutes from some of the highest crime areas of this city. Around 30 agents came in from Los Angeles after carrying out immigration raids there throughout the past few months. Nearly 200 more are expected in the coming days, and they are expecting a welcome similar to what they received in L.A. earlier this summer. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has accused the Trump administration of purposely timing these raids to coincide with Mexican Independence Day. News Nation's Alex Capriello is live in Chicago. Alex, what are we hearing about these 24 or so agents who are already in town?
Yeah, Nicole, that's right. We are hearing that those federal agents have already arrived at that naval station. In fact, we're hearing also from the Chicago Sun-Times and various other local media outlets that they are practicing with flashbang grenades as well as other crowd control measures. Let's take a live look right now at that Naval Station Great Lakes. As you mentioned, it's about 30 miles north of where we're currently standing. More than 200 federal agents are reportedly going to be hunkering down there for the next month while they travel south into the city to carry out President Trump's illegal immigration mandate. We also have this brand new video we just shot this morning of the Broadview Immigration Facility on the west side of Chicago. Take a look. You can see that's where they have the windows and the doors now boarded up. The reason being, residents there in that neighborhood have been alerted that this will be the main processing facility for ICE 7 days a week for the next 45 straight days. Local leaders there in Broadview instructing people living nearby to brace for those possible protests and demonstrations, just like we saw in Los Angeles earlier this summer, where, quote, property damage and assaults against law enforcement took place. As of now, the potential to send in the National Guard remains a threat only, with no real evidence that any have actually arrived or have been officially called upon. Regardless, it's a conversation that's happening in Chicago at this very moment. Is Chicago as violent as President Trump is making it out to be? And would the National Guard actually be effective in preventing crime? These are the questions that I asked everyday Chicagoans.
What about President Trump wanting to send in the National Guard? Do you think that's a good idea to help with crime?
I don't think it'll help.
Knowing like I know Chicago is going to be a lot of fight back because even though people are trying to change and trying to make Chicago better, and some people probably, I think, that National Guard is probably unnecessary.
I don't see them coming over here as a big thing, but if they're gonna come over here just to mess stuff up and to just take up space, then we don't need them over here. But if they come over here to help, then all right, cool. That's all good. We need all the help we can get.
The troops would help, just for the safety of people that's just visiting or just us Chicagoans. Come, please come. I want you to come. Yes, please come.
Why do you think the mayor is so against it then?
I don't know. I mean, they talk a good game once they're not elected in. So it's like you care until you really get to show us you care.
I wonder how do they ever take the time out to go in some of those areas. I traveled through some parts of those areas, and I would tell you one thing. Hey, I wouldn't want to be hanging out there at night.
That's politics, right? That's politics. So politics, everybody is pointing out the problem, but nobody has the solution.
And so now recently we've seen Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker speaking directly to Chicagoans that are planning on rallying, demonstrating, and protesting, saying, you're okay to do that. Just make sure you're doing it peacefully. The warning coming because he fears that if these people actually retaliate against the ICE agents that are going out here and trying to conduct their own enforcement, well, then that could be the reason why President Trump actually sends in the National Guard.
Hey, y'all let me know what y'all think of this by putting in the comment section below this video. Chicago! Family, hey, family, I already know. Y'all don't have to worry about what I'm about to ask, but Chicagoans, if you're from Chicago, from Chi-Town, let me see what you got to say down in the comment section, all right? Do not forget to do what you see in the section right here, ladies and gentlemen. That will greatly help my channel. The next video I'm doing after this one is up there. Things I did as of yesterday, right there. How to subscribe, click that little icon right up there. I'm Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.